saw a lot of in the last set that they played was adaptation.
Yep,
it was
yep.
in stage counterpicking. That seemed to play such a huge factor in the last match that I still think this could go either way, but I think the game 1 winner is going to have a lot of momentum for the rest of the set.
Yeah, and they decided just to start on PS2, not getting into the stage pick shenanigans quite yet. Makes sense.
Respectful, yeah, absolutely.
Really interested too. You know, you're talking about how the player who wins this match can carry the momentum, but if ScAtt switches to Seth, if he loses and gets the stage pick with Seth, I mean, we could see a big, we could see a very back and forth set. I'm excited to see whatever we have here. And right now we have Sonido pushing his advantage, getting great combos off, and getting Snake up to 88%.
Yeah, the big adaptation here is that Sonido is pressing his advantage. He's still playing at this mid-range that he needs to make sure that he can approach ScAtt safely, but he's not giving ScAtt a lot of room to breathe. Even when he has to take damage, he says, ScAtt, you're not going to get to set something up. But unfortunately, now he's off stage. ScAtt has his pick of how he wants to play this, and he's got the stage control.
Wow, and ScAtt throwing a grenade off. So often you see Snakes just throw a grenade onto the stage to set something up, but actually using it in an aggressive way. Sonido with a great down smash. Didn't quite kill from across the stage, but still just crazy how well Sonido knows ScAtt at this point.
It's interesting. You don't see as many grenades on the field or C4 on the field as you usually do, because Sonido has made ScAtt afraid because of how often he's pressing the advantage. But it didn't matter because ScAtt still got the first stock and traded immediately back at 0%. It's an even game again.
0-0, 2 stocks. Perfectly even game. ScAtt in advantage though, getting some pressure with the grenades, with the missile. Sonido trying to answer back here though.
Setting the projectiles up again, trying to make sure that he can maintain that stage control. And Sonido says, okay, I need to get back in. I need to get back on top of Snake so he no longer has time to do this. And he's afraid to do it in the future. So what we need to see here from Sonido is a big start and a big advantage state. If he wants to start.
Here's the advantage state. Oh, grenade kind of getting the get out of jail free card for Snake though.
And ScAtt's back at it.
Oh, the grenade hitting the kind of two framing. Oh, wow.
Try to time the C4, didn't quite get it. Oh, worthy explosion.
Yeah, I know. We see this a lot where Sonido will get in and, you know, you think you're about to get a big combo, but grenade makes that just turn into nothing.
Absolutely. The reverse grenade placed on the platform. What can Sonic do? Not jump anywhere. Oh, Sonido just got caught by the C4 on that platform.
Scary spot for Sonido the other way because there was so much shield pressure that I think like a dash attack might have shield poked.
Yeah, that's the danger of not having advantage state as Sonido. If you're playing against ScAtt here, ScAtt has so much time to set up that Sonido has to get back to the ledge or the stage. Otherwise, he's just going to start racking up damage before he can get a kill on ScAtt. He needs a kill on ScAtt, and then he needs to maintain advantage state on the last stock. And I don't know if we're in a position to get there.
Yeah, it's just so hard to maintain that advantage state with grenades. But, ooh, forward tilt almost killing.
Grenade hold
at
though.
175 now at this point. Back air. Oh, got grenaded out of it.
The grenade knocked back to priority.
That's tough. Crazy.
That is so. Oh, okay. Good tilt.
Wow. That almost looked like it wasn't going to kill. I think it was a soft spot or just the second hit.
Yeah, that was tough. Okay, now this is what we want to see. We need Sonido to maintain the advantage state as long as he can to rack up damage and not let ScAtt get a setup back. And he's doing a good job.
Though. Yeah, that was a smart F smash. He knew that like even if he didn't get it, ScAtt couldn't really do anything to punish it. And he needs to do more stuff in order to close out the stock.
Ooh, the grenade explosion almost took it.
Yeah.
Sonido accidentally picked it up, but ScAtt's back on stage. He's got the pressure. He's got the edge guard.
Got C4 on there.
Can Sonido make it back on the stage?
Wow, Sonido just perfectly going right above the C4. If he had gone much higher, he would have been able to get aerial by Snake, and if he had gone lower, he would have been in the explosion.
Oh, great parry in the back air to take game one, and this is the momentum that we're talking about. I think this is going to be a big factor playing into the rest of the set, is not only the mental momentum, but also having the stage select momentum in your favor. Even if Sonido wins here, you get the counter pick. And what you want to do as Sonido here is make sure that your counter pick stage does actually do work for you. If you lose this game too, you're going to be in a really rough spot for the rest of it. And they're going back to PS2.
Yeah, I kind of expected them to just go back. I think Sonido, he knows that he can do this on the stage. I think that you know, he almost doesn't want to play the stage picking game. He just, you know, wants to get this done clean.
Yeah,
he's confident, right?
I don't think there's much better options for him either. You know, this is one of the stages where ScAtt's not going to have, you know, a super advantageous time edge guarding you. You know, no top platform to cover a ton of aerial space. It's just the side platforms. I mean, there's not really a better option, I think. That probably wasn't banned, at least, for Sonido to go to. So instead, what he's going to do is just, as we've seen him before do, adapt his game plan. Stay on top of ScAtt, make sure that he can't continue to set up his stuff, like set up a grenade, go for the dash attack, keep him off stage.
There we go.
Wow, what a back air to catch him.
Yeah, this I'm off stage is going to be all the difference maker for Sonido, because you know, Snake only has so many options, and Sonic has a ton of options. We have a great combo starter there in the first hit of up air, went into a neutral air, but unfortunately Sonido not able to continue it. ScAtt able to get a spare hit.
C4, the border just barely nicking the shoes of Sonic. Didn't quite get it, but the up tilt is going to get it. We've seen a few up tilt kills from ScAtt, and he's really placing it very well, not using it unless he knows it's going to kill.
Yeah, and now we're at this you know, point again where Snake, high percent, just going to camp out with the grenades. Sonido needs to find a way to close this stock.
Yeah, wrap it up, and it's very close, but not quite.
Trying to do some tricky stuff with the spring. Ooh.
That was good. Good grenade to get yourself back some high momentum.
Yeah,
this will recover your recovery.
Oh, I was going to say, one thing that ScAtt does not want to necessarily do is recover low, because Sonido is so ready to go off and back air for the stage spike, and at this percent, it will be untechable. He did recover that low there, but Sonido just not quite able to get the back air.
Yeah. If you're Sonido here, yes, there's a lot of pressure for you to get this stock, but what's more important is that you don't get in disadvantaged state, because you're racking up percentage the longer that ScAtt stays on stage. Keep him off stage, kill him at 300% if you have to, but do not let him rack up damage on you.
You're absolutely right.
Good down tilt to kill. 98% on Sonido, nothing to scoff at. ScAtt gonna stay on stage. Wow, what a well-timed C4.
Yeah.
And it's a full stock advantage.
And that's one of the few times also that Sonido hasn't grabbed ledge. Sonido tends to grab ledge and then has been picking good options. That time he tried to just recover directly on the ledge, and the C4 was ready there for him. Great reactions from ScAtt.
Yeah, absolutely. What incredible gameplay coming out from ScAtt. And Sonido, what do we need to see again? We need to see him rushing down. He's playing very patiently, trying to do these measured approaches, which is great, and we've seen him succeed with it, but we need something a little different if he wants to maintain the advantage state, because 98% with a full stock down, that's a hard place to recover from against Snake unless you can keep him on the back foot.
So now Snake way recovering high. Sonido forward air, back air to kill.
Wow, that's a great kill confirm there, and it's super necessary one. You're at 117%. ScAtt has stage pressure again. You need to get yourself some early damage percentages, and then one more advantage state to keep him off stage. And you have to hold it. You have to hold it the entire rest of the game if you want a chance to win this one.
He got something that could be a combo starter. C4 ending this game.
The C4 hit below the platform to the left of where its hitbox was. That had to be the absolute edge of the hitbox, but it doesn't matter because there's no sour spot for C4. I don't know if that's true, but it sounded cool to say. Going into game 3.
I'm pretty sure it's true. It's an explosion, right? The whole thing hits hard.
We're going to FD?
We've seen this song. I think this is like the third time we've seen this song.
It's high octane. You gotta keep the energy high. FD counter stage. So this is the problem, right? ScAtt won your counter pick stage, so even if you win this, ScAtt gets his pick of the lot on game 4, and that's a really tough place to be against Snake. But let's take it one step at a time. Game 3.
So Sonido's really gonna want to get stuff going here. Don't have any platforms to worry about, so he has a lot more options in terms of extending his combos.
This is exactly right. Just patiently approaching, not racking up damage, making sure specifically that you're not racking up damage and that you're not in disadvantage, and then take your time and get in. And once you're in, stay on him. He's doing a great job to start this off.
Nothing too crazy to start. He is off stage, and ScAtt trying to set up some missiles, but Sonido getting right back in.
A little cheeky way to keep pressure, but ScAtt's got stage control again, and it's a little scary.
Yeah, one thing ScAtt's doing a good job of, once he gets stage control, is he's staying kind of center towards the stage if he can. You see there he's rolling in. He wants to be in center stage because then he can kind of cover all angles. He can cover above him, he can cover when you're approaching in. You have to try and cross him up.
Absolutely. And once again, we know that ScAtt is probably, I mean, arguably the most adept player at this tournament at adapting to what stage he's on.
Yes, yeah.
And choosing to Z-drop his grenades, keep them on the horizontal, angle, forcing Sonic to approach from high is incredibly, incredibly important. And it's just great to see that he's keeping that adaptation even to this set. Wow! Forward smash across the side of the stage.
Grenade. Wow.
Yeah. That's what we need to see too from Sonido, is if you have the opportunity to hard punish with a read, or I guess it wouldn't even be a punish at that point, take it. Take it every opportunity that you can, because ScAtt can't do hard punishes to you. He can get grenades and get some damage, but if you have this percentage to spare, or if you have the ability to hold stage by doing so, do it. Wow.
He's been doing a good job of normally aerialing when ScAtt is pulling grenades, but a hard read like that is going to get on the stock. Very, very important to do things like that.
ScAtt with some interesting choices here to keep himself in advantage. Again, using a lot of his moveset that we haven't seen for most of the set, and most of his time at the tournament even, really just, hedging his bets at the right times.
Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about too. When ScAtt gets on stage, he's here in the center. I mean, he's going to throw out grenades. He's going to put up a wall of grenades between him and the center of the stage, and he's challenging Sonido, how are you going to get through this? And if Sonido chooses the wrong option, he's going to get big damage or even death.
ScAtt is setting up these grenades in C4 to try to force Sonido to make bad rolls or tech choices, and Sonido's not biting. He's at a percentage disadvantage, but it's not by much, and this game is still incredibly close. Yeah,
and Sonido really, he's kind of stopped the bleeding from damage. He's kind of figured a lot out of what ScAtt's doing, and he's doing what he needs to do to win this game. Sonido's... he went out while he's low. Yep, it's still techable at that percent. Won't be too long before that's untechable. Good up air there.
Yeah,
he hasn't done that yet.
Good stage placement. Unfortunately, fortunately, he gets the back air at 181%. It's a tough place to be if you are ScAtt, because you need to find a kill confirm. You need to soon, because if, like we said before, if Sonic gets the advantage state, he keeps the damage on you, and then he loses his stock and gets one more advantage state, you're in trouble.
Yeah, we have a 200% Sonic right now, so Sonic's gonna die. The next thing that, the next feather that taps him.
Yeah, well,
not that feather. Wow.
Apparently not. 223% rage out the wazoo, and he's gonna keep trying to get in. I mean, I'm sure he's surprised himself that he's still alive, and he's just, taking it.
Yeah, and one thing he's doing too is he's just kind of holding shield, waiting for an explosion to happen around him, and playing very smart around the grenades.
Yeah, and we've seen that from Sonido better than probably any other player at this tournament so far, is playing around the grenades super well. He's probably getting hit by the least grenades of anybody that has played in a single game versus ScAtt. But ScAtt, unrelenting, as taxing as it must be for Sonido to constantly have to worry about those grenades and have to play 3 more games to take the set, and the C4. I mean, you just have to admire the mental fortitude that it takes to play this set.
Wow, those stray aerials could have ended it.
Oh, he's still alive. Oh, teched it.
Oh my goodness.
We were hoping for a game 4 on that one, but we're still waiting it out.
We might get it. Sonido doing some magical stuff.
ScAtt recovered the grenade. Oh, but he was ready for it.
Yeah.
Sonido taking game 3, and wow, how absolutely taxing on both players that must have been.
And that was just a classic example of adaptation, because ScAtt, knows that Sonido's been going for that back air, knows that percent it's going to be untechable, so he knows he has to do a grenade. But Sonido knows that ScAtt knows that, so he's going to throw an aerial where he knows ScAtt's going to be in.
So many mind games being played here, but this is the situation. This is the hardest situation, right? If you can make it to a game 5, you have a good spot ahead of you. You've got an okay place to be, but you're in a game 4 scenario. ScAtt gets his pick. I'm not sure what was banned. I'm sure Smashville was banned, and I'm not exactly sure what else was banned. Maybe Town and City, but we have next best thing, which is small battlefield. You get much less aerial space to cover by having your C4 on one of the platforms than something like PS2, and you have a lot of edge guarding options as well. And almost a more important thing is that Sonic has to play around the platforms, which is going to be a tough place to be.
Yeah, I think though if Sonido can play around grenades as well as he played around grenades last game, he's not going to have a problem with this different platform layout. He's kind of needs to do the same thing, just a little bit different strategy because of the platforms. And I'm really excited to see how this plays out.
Absolutely. The last game, like we mentioned, is really going to test the mental stability and the mental stamina of both of these players, having to pay so close attention to what each of them do, especially Sonido, how much time and effort he had to spend avoiding every single last grenade, and he's got to do it again, but with platforms this time. Honestly, if he makes it through this, I think that he's probably the most mentally stable person in this stage.
Absolutely.
And that's what you get from veteran players like these. These are two, I don't want to say older, but they are definitely older than a lot of the Georgia ranked people right now. And it's really showing, they're not getting impatient. They're sticking to what they need to do and paying attention very closely and very patiently every single time that they have to adjust.
Yeah, and just because they're older, more reserved players, it doesn't mean they can't turn up the heat when it's called for. I mean, Sonido can do some absolutely crazy things with this character. Timing his throw just perfectly so that the grenade had iframes.
Absolutely. Edge guard scenario, C4 on deck, mortars, double mortars, doesn't even need the second one. First mortar's going to take it.
Yeah, that was tough. But now Sonido has a chance to ledge trap. It's going to be a high recovery from ScAtt. A back air is going to take it for Sonido. Even game, 2 stocks piece.
Yeah, this is going to be all about who can maintain a stock advantage on the last stock, I think. And it's going to come down to how this stock has played out. Who can maintain stage control for more time. That amount of time that it took for ScAtt to do that forward smash, he could have set up another grenade, and that would have kept him with a lot better state than he's currently in. But it looks like he's not having too much trouble. He just really wants to have some stability. He needs to have solid footing and get Sonido on the back foot so that he can set up the grenades where he wants to set them up. Because right now he's just trying to get stage control back.
Yeah, and one crazy thing, ScAtt plays so well. He drops the grenades and the C4 like so quickly behind each other. It's so tough to keep track of where the C4 is. I think it's on the right platform right now. I can't imagine how tough it is to keep track of it when you're in the middle of playing the game, you know?
Absolutely impossible. It makes you keep guessing with the grenades. How do you even keep up with something that he can place almost invisibly?
So this is a good spot for Sonido. Sonido wants to catch the recovery from ScAtt, catches it with a back air. Another back air, uses the up B to get high, but the Cypher knocking him out.
Just like we discussed, we want to keep ScAtt off stage. Don't let him set up. He's got a C4 on the edge of the stage, so that
that's scary.
Oh, the up tilt takes it though.
Wow.
This is tough. You have to take Snake out before he can set up stage control. And
he tried to.
Keep him off the edge. Even if you have to kill him at 200%, do that. You just cannot let him get damage on you. You cannot let him get stage control. Incredible back air.
Sonido, I think he's getting that down. I think he's really figuring out when he needs to throw that back air. We've seen him hit the Cypher a few times, which is not what he wanted. But I think now he's really getting the timing down.
Oh, man, and we did not get a stock advantage for either player as we assumed that we were going to, so this is still incredibly close and can be turned around at any moment. Both players trying to keep stage control. Who's going to have disadvantage for longer? Who's going to rack up the percent faster? That's the only answer. There's no hard reads that's going to win this game.
Ooh, wow. Crossing him up with the dash attack. If he had not placed that as a cross-up, ScAtt would have been able to get a punish.
Absolutely.
Great stuff from Sonido.
This is good. This is where Sonido wants to be.
Yes. Let's get a little combo off.
He went for the full hold. Oh, but he still gets the back air. Still maintains his advantage state. He's trying to finish it. He doesn't need to finish it right now. He can rack up a little bit more percentage, but he wants to go for it. He cannot let ScAtt back on the stage. But just hold the advantage. There it is.
Wow.
Oh, the recovery is still there.
Oh, my goodness. This could not be any closer. He's going to need to use a
stage checked his own grenade. He's back on stage. He's still in disadvantage state. He's trying to get back to footing. He needs to get back to footing. Sonido needs to keep him in one. There it is. The back air sends it to a game 5.
Let's go. Wow.
Exactly as he needed to do. Keep ScAtt off the stage. Keep him from getting his projectile set up on the stage, and keep the advantage state rolling. Keep it going. Keep him off stage. That's it. That's the name of the game, and that's what he did.
The audience is loving this. Everyone's having a good time. This is very, very hype, Smash Ultimate. I really think that like this game almost comes down to this Snake's recovery, right? Sonido knows that his back air is a great tool against Snake, and it's really going to be a game of, predicting, is ScAtt going to grab grenade here? Is ScAtt going to air dodge? In the last game, he grabbed grenades, Sonido predicted that, threw out the back air at the perfect time, and took the stock. But now we have the Song counter pick. Interesting.
Yeah, we had to get the Song counter pick.
Yeah.
Okay, this is interesting, right? We have a Game 5 scenario with the same stage selected, and we need to see an adaptation from ScAtt. Sonido's figured it out.
Yep.
He knows what he has to do to keep the advantage. He knows that he has to keep edge guarding. He cannot let ScAtt get to stage. He's got to stay on top of him, but he also can't take too much damage in doing so. So what is ScAtt's answer? ScAtt's answer is going to be using more moves like that. Taking your time, using jabs to keep Sonic off of you, and using whatever moves that you can out of shield, or even just making sure that Sonido can't touch you or continue to touch you. That's how you're going to win this. It's slow and steady. Yeah. It's going to be crawling.
Something like the forward tilt and the jab is like a tool that ScAtt really hasn't used a ton in the other sets. So all of a sudden, when he's throwing this into the arsenal, Sonido's going to have to be ready for the counter adaptation.
Yep, and this is the situation where you want to be if you're Sonido. Keep him off the stage.
Going very, very low.
ScAtt's back on stage, though, and he's using the jab, keeping him off stage, using his own edge guarding setups. Again, it's got to be a crawl. There's not going to be anything crazy hard that's going to get ScAtt back into this game. He's just got to keep racking up the damage until he can get some good kill confirms or edge guards on the Sonido. The onus is on ScAtt. He's got to keep the stage control.
Yep, he does. But right now, he's kind of keeping Sonido away with some grenades. Sonido gets in there with a forward tilt, goes for a back air dodges, but it's a frame trap.
Follows the drift beautifully to get the double back air. There's nothing that ScAtt could have done that would have been fast enough that would have beaten out Sonic's back air. So it was just a tough situation to be in. But wow, great lay down to the up tilt to get the kill.
And I think a little bit, Sonido's kind of revealed his hands a little bit too with these air dodges. I mean, that kind of is the final answer when Sonido's going out there and placing the aerials at the perfect space, but if Sonido starts predicting these air dodges, this could be, just a scary game for either one of these players.
Absolutely. The beautiful thing that we're seeing in this Game 5, Sonido has had so much time to see how ScAtt recovers, to read out ScAtt's defensive options, as minimal as they are, and now all it comes down to is, can Sonido make the right read? And he often does so, and it's only getting worse for ScAtt because of how much data Sonido is collecting to read him with.
Yeah, and we see Sonido here slightly in the disadvantage. Aggressive recovery works out for him. Pushing ScAtt up. Oh, goes for the up air.
It's the air dodge. Got to keep it.
Yeah, ScAtt flashing shield, hoping to get a parry into something.
Tried to read the tech chase. Oh, but he went the shield. Up tilt again to get the kill. Can he get damage down before he dies, though? That's what we saw last game, is that Sonido was able to take out the stock before ScAtt could get more damage on him.
Back air.
Armor, but it's going to take out
C4.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Yeah, Sonido is doing exactly what he wants in this game. He's getting Snake off stage.
This is the exact same way that Game 4 started. ScAtt did not get to use his stock advantage, and then Sonido just kept on top of him, kept ScAtt on disadvantage, kept him off the stage. And so all Sonido needs is one opening. Oh, but that's C4!
C4! Oh my goodness. Oh, it ends like that, huh?
All that time, he's reading the logbooks